we had the opportunity to speak with Claressa Shields today. Because Claressa Shields revealed the fur hat today, we had the opportunity to speak with Papoose, and Remy. Do you know anyone else wearing a fur hat? We can do this all day, though. Band for band, bar for bar, the frequency with which Claressa Shields examines her Remy Ma mood board, her collection over the years, her hairstyle, her attire, and her cosmetics application, you get what I mean? What kind of style does she have? Everything. As though she hadn't already. Try to become friends with Remy with some fake baloney, isn't that right? Who is your stylist, I wonder? Who gets your hair done, I wonder? Who does this and that, I wonder? You truly are an inspiration. D, while scheming against the woman's spouse, you guys are planning to harm Papoose, Remy Ma's spouse. We're here now. The pressure for Claressa Shields' impending fight earlier today is the reason we are here. It was also fascinating. We were able to discuss many of the events from that news conference in a different video. However, there are a few topics we need to discuss straight away in this video. And that begins with Papoose's freestyle, or lack thereof. I think this is one of the worst Papoose flows or freestyles I've ever heard. Did you know that this was written by Claressa Shields? Does her contract include this? Do you understand what I mean? With win records, such as "Is this how this is going to go?" Listen up, everyone. This is from the Tickety Talk Cultural Group Conversation. Thus, we will watch, listen, and then respond.
When the love is genuine, you can tell it's a different feel. Babyface was right on that song. She got that whip appeal. Stole her heart like a ball player. I be getting steals, and I pay for it in full. We don't split the bill. And I pay for it in full. We don't split the bill. This ain't that fake vibe that you used to. Nah, this shit is real. I'm so allergic to fake people, I need some Benadryl.
Stick that shit.
She fight for the people. George Floyd, Emmett Till, Olympic winner, first female boxer to get a meal.
Yeah! Hell yeah! That shit,
February 22nd, they gonna say it's still. Buy your tickets now, support. We ain't giving deals. Hey, look, y'all, that's all I gotta say.
hell yeah!
We are aware of Papoose's activities upstairs. He was, in addition to everything else, he's attempting to adapt these rhymes for Claressa Shields, and is simply causing catastrophe. Although it is controlling damage, it isn't truly showing love. You understand what I mean? I got the reference babyface whip a kale. You know, all right? You understand what I mean? It was all about Papoose attempting to show the public that he has money and is not broke. He insisted that I pay the bill and we don't split it. However, Papoose, how are you going to pay for it? Are you covering all of this with the $8 million contract? I just have a few queries, but it's obvious that you can see what's being said on the blocks, don't you? Additionally, it states that there won't be any ticket offers. What does that mean then? Does that imply that the radio stations aren't running any promotions or giveaways? Because the fight hasn't sold out yet, according to Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields stated that it is currently 41% sold. You understand what I mean? For the upcoming battle in February. What will happen, Papoose, if the other, you understand what I mean, the percentage of states that don't sell is 59%? Like, what exactly are we discussing? What are we discussing? However, I found the entire flow to be really lethargic for Papoose. And I'm saying this, the presence of Papoose makes Claressa Shields very pleased. You understand what I mean? To just be able to boast about everything. But in my opinion, it's just that he's up here claiming that he doesn't engage in any fraudulent activity. All of this seems theatrical. It all seems like a performance. You feel as though you are performing. You're acting pretentious. You're putting on a persona and all of that, as if the fissures of the screens were invisible, as if we are not blind to the fact that there is strife in paradise. At this stage, even if you are aware that what you are doing is incorrect, you will attempt to write it down and disprove the people who are criticizing you. We are in that stage of the entanglement because I won't refer to this as a relationship. It's not appropriate for me to refer to these two as boyfriend and girlfriend. How can you have a guy who is married married to another woman and who can suddenly return to New York at any time, returns immediately to his wife's location, and the child he shares with her may be any other woman he is interacting with. However, you want to sit up here and boast on the internet that this is the greatest thing ever. I understand, Papoose, that you're attempting to make these raps rhyme and all that, but adding Emmett Till until George Floyd and fighting for the people and attempting to connect it to Claressa Shields is when you lost me. You really lost me right away, you know. However, your comparison of Claressa Shields to George Floyd, Emmett Till, and fighting for the people really got to me. She is not fighting for the masses. I assure you, she is fighting the populace. She threatens to fight anyone who tries to voice an opinion on her. Make it make sense. Nevertheless, y'all. But let's move on to another clip where Fran Sean states that she prefers her eggs prepared similarly to Papoose. Oh. Yes, we will engage in it. Let's watch and listen.
But let's clear a couple things up. All right? Not only that, if you want to say that I don't know that I'm here and I'm chasing you and I'm not like I won't put my belt. That was crazy to me. Not putting my belts up. Today you don't want to put belts up. No, you just don't want to lose weight to come fight. Because I don't want to fight me at 168. I've been here. Why am I at 175? I can get a fight at 168. No, ma'am. No. Y'all are soft and you're not going to fight me. Y'all are soft me out. But you don't let my heart. No. Okay. Put your belt back. You think I'm going to win? Come take my belt and get yours. I'm sorry. Frank, put your belts up and then come take mine. You're going to keep all of them, right? I'm like how Papoose like his eggs hard. Okay, so let's get that straight. I'm like his egg, baby mama. Yeah. But anyway.
There was a lot going on at this news conference. Kid, I'm glad Franchon Cruz held her own, because at times I felt like people were being disrespectful. And I understand. You're on Claressa Shields' squad, right? However, some of these individuals were simply out of pocket. Franchon Cruz was attempting to express herself when she held the microphone. She's making an effort to reply, among other things. She even said, "Listen, look at this," to Claressa Shields. "You possess a microphone. I'll let you talk. When I've finished speaking, I'll let you reply." However, Claressa Shields was unable to do so. She was forced to butt in. Because that's who she is. She had to interrupt. Do you understand what I mean? Everything must be interrupted by her. To see what everyone is saying, she needs to be online all the time. And that dick about how Papoose feels the same way about my former partner. Claressa Shields then retaliates. "You know, baby mom, I'm delighted you are aware of how much Papoose enjoys his advertisements. However, this is entirely your fault, Claressa Shields. You are entirely to blame for this. You believed that presenting us with a pop post on the internet would somehow make us accept that you were involved with a married man. Not only is he married, but he is also Remya Ma's husband. You lost the plot entirely. He was kept captive while attempting to fabricate a meal review of a plate he couldn't even clear and was never seen at that dinner table again as a result of your attempts to cram this down people's throats. When he was in town, he had to be served upstairs down the corridor to the left. Now that he has returned from his out-of-town trip to New York City, Remya Ma, his daughter, and whatever else he was doing that you are unaware of, he must go out to eat. However, you have him sitting up here looking like the manager or the main man. Do you understand what I mean? It seems as though he's in charge of everything. Because he did say it in his freestyle, didn't he? You know what I mean when I say that there won't be any freebies. Papoose, how do you know that? You are all contributing to the operation that Claressa Shields won't acknowledge. She views this as the man on her arm and wants Papoose to be the eye candy. She wants to let you know that Papoose is in every boxing room, but she doesn't want to discuss the business side of things that he talks about in interviews with individuals. He attends every boxing match. The D is his fault. He's in charge of Claressa Shields' increased movement and attention. Claressa Shields is simply relieved that Papoose is present rather than in New York City, that she is unable to see the game being played on her. Do you see what I mean when I say that she cannot see? How this is going to blow up in smoke. She's blind to it, and it's depressing. Nevertheless, this is what you wanted. You yourself warned us that the internet would be papoose, papoose, papoose all day, every day, so you shouldn't be upset with your opponent if she says, "I like my ex the same as Papoose does," and then tries to call her a baby mom. Once again, you consistently aim for something ugly and insulting as well, and the dig. She made no mention of hooking up with Pat Pooh, finding him attractive, or attempting to get close to him. She merely made a small jab saying, "Hey, I like my ex the same as Papoose." You shouldn't have been so excited about that. But I'm saying that, I use the term Papoose lightly, because he's still not divorced, but that's how you acquired him. You acquired him by first attempting to become friends with Remya Ma. They continued to act as a married couple and undertake married pair activities, right? Is what you essentially say, listen, we were together before they were even separated, before the Remya Ma allegedly cheated rumors, right? As far as I'm concerned, that would mean Pop first cheated, at least emotionally, at the very least. Nevertheless, you suddenly want these women to be around Papoose, but you pick and choose who makes you uncomfortable with the egg video. The woman who was going to ask Papoose how he liked his eggs made you feel uncomfortable, but the woman who was going to deliver the takeout to his room didn't make you feel uncomfortable. Just as you don't think Papoose is in danger from Franchon Cruz, but if you watch the close-up video, you can see Papoose staring at Franchon Cruz as if she might be able to win records. This might be another bat for me, as if he's already planning. He's already planning. He remained silent. He didn't co-sign anything. He's just sitting there like he's had a rough night. Do you understand what I mean? I'm just trying to act like an airboy everywhere. You know he's in charge of the whole organization. That's it though. Toto's the conclusion, and that's the end of the road. So that's the end of this video. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Kindly remember to subscribe, like, and comment. Click the notification bell to get informed as soon as I upload something to my channel. Having said that, I will speak with you all again shortly.